suis allé trop loin.
What is up, movie lovers, and welcome back to Movie IQ, your #1 destination for movie recommendations, epic recaps, and every genre you never knew you needed in your life. Whether you're hunting for a hidden gem, a tearjerker, a thriller, or a full-blown romance, we have got you covered every single time. Today, we are diving deep into 5 incredible films that explore one of cinema's most electric and underrated dynamics: older women, younger men, and the kind of love that defies every rule in the book. These movies will have you feeling every emotion, from butterflies to heartbreak to straight-up jaw drops. So, before we get into it, do us a quick favor. Smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with someone who needs a great movie recommendation today. Now, let's get into it. This is Movie IQ. Coming in at number 5, we have Before the Dawn, a 2019 romance drama that throws you straight into one of the most emotionally complicated and forbidden love stories you will ever watch. And trust me when I say this film grabs you and refuses to let go from the very first scene. The story follows Lila Kendi, a teacher who has just escaped a painful and abusive marriage and decides to start completely fresh in a brand new town at a small Catholic school where she hopes to rebuild her life piece by piece. But fate, as always, has other plans. In her classroom, she meets Jason, a troubled and deeply sensitive young student who is fighting his own personal battles, and the two of them develop a connection that neither of them can explain or resist, no matter how hard they try. What starts as mentorship and genuine human compassion slowly crosses every professional and social boundary imaginable, turning into something raw, messy, beautiful, and absolutely forbidden all at the same time. At number 4, we have Home Again, the 2017 romantic comedy starring the one and only Reese Witherspoon, and this one is pure feel-good cinema that wraps around you like a warm blanket and refuses to let you go until the credits roll. Alice Kinney is a 40-year-old recently separated mother of 2 daughters who packs up her life and moves back into her late father's beautiful Los Angeles home to start over and figure out who she actually is outside of her marriage. And that alone is already a story worth watching. But then, on the night of her 40th birthday, she meets 3 charming, wildly ambitious young filmmakers, Harry, George, and Teddy, who are trying to break into Hollywood with absolutely nothing but talent and a dream. And through a series of wonderfully chaotic events, these 3 young men end up moving into Alice's guest house, and suddenly her very quiet restart becomes anything but quiet. What follows is a roller coaster of laughs, awkward moments, unexpected romance, and genuine emotional depth as Alice navigates new feelings for one of the younger men while still dealing with her estranged husband who decides to show back up uninvited with a suitcase and zero self-awareness. Number 3 takes us all the way to the Netherlands for one of the most powerful and breathtaking true love stories ever committed to film. This is Sonny Boy from 2011, and if this movie does not move you, then we need to check if you actually have a heartbeat. Set in the late 1920s, we are introduced to Waldemar Nods, a young man from Suriname who travels to the Netherlands to study, carrying nothing but ambition and hope in a country where his dark skin makes him stand out immediately and where discrimination is waiting around every corner. Then he meets Rika van der Lands, a Dutch woman who is 17 years his senior, separated from her deeply religious husband and raising 4 children completely on her own. And the moment these 2 people lock eyes, the entire world around them becomes irrelevant. What follows is one of the most devastating and beautiful love stories you will ever experience on screen. 2 people from completely different worlds, different races, different ages, fighting against every single social, political, and racial barrier that 1930s Europe has to throw at them, including the absolute horror of World War II, which tests their bond in ways that will absolutely destroy you emotionally. This film was at number 2, we have one of the most visually stunning and emotionally haunting romance films of the entire decade, The Age of Adaline from 2015, starring the absolutely radiant Blake Lively. And this one hits completely different from anything else on this list. Adeline Bowman is a woman who, through a series of extraordinary and scientifically inexplicable events, stops aging entirely at the age of 29. And while that might sound like an absolute dream, the reality of living decade after decade, watching everyone you love grow old and die while you remain frozen in time, is one of the most quietly devastating concepts ever explored in a romance film. For nearly 80 years, Adaline has lived in isolation, changing her identity every decade, moving from city to city and refusing to let anyone get close enough to discover her impossible secret. Until she meets Ellis Jones, a charismatic philanthropist played by Michiel Huisman, who is everything Adaline has been running from: warm, persistent, deeply romantic, and completely unwilling to let her disappear. At number 1, we have the highest rated film in today's ranking, the 2012 French masterpiece In the House. The story follows Claude, a 16-year-old student with an extraordinary and almost dangerous gift for writing, who begins insinuating himself into the home of his classmate Rafa under the pretense of tutoring him in mathematics. But what he is really doing is studying the family from the inside, their dynamics, their secrets, their intimacy, and turning every single detail into vivid, addictive essays that he hands to his literature teacher Germaine week after week. What makes this film so extraordinary is the web of obsession it weaves between every single character. Germaine becomes dangerously addicted to Claude's stories. His wife Jeanne grows increasingly alarmed, and Rafa's mother becomes the unwitting subject of a narrative that blurs every line between reality and fiction in ways that become more and more dangerous as the film builds to its breathtaking conclusion. This is a film about voyeurism, about the power of storytelling, about obsession, and about the way we project our own desires onto the lives of other people. And Ozon directs every frame with razor-sharp precision and dark, wicked humor that keeps you completely off balance right up until that stunning final shot. In the House won the Golden Shell at the San Sebastian Film Festival, and it deserved every single award. This is cinema at its most intelligent and seductive, and that is your number 1. And that is a wrap on today's Movie IQ Countdown. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button right now, drop your favorite in the comments below, hit that subscribe button, and join the Movie IQ family today.